years, others 5 years, others 1 year, and others even 6 months. So there are different legal reforms, and the pace is also different. Depends on the kind of legislation that is happening. So I just want to give you an insight or some highlights. For instance, we are reviewing the existing legislation and introducing what we are calling the Minerals Regulation Commission, the MRC. We are reviewing the Mines and Minerals Development Act of 2015, and then we are reviewing that one, as well as once we review it, there will be a new version of it, which will be the Geological and Minerals Act. Then we are also then introducing a new act, which is the Minerals Regulation Commission Bill. And by so doing, we are decentralizing some of our functions. We'll have new features like mineral market centers, where people can freely trade with different kind of minerals. And we'll also have what we are terming a gold aggregator, that is Bank of Zambia, which will be the only buyer of the gold in the country. And that will help us keep a lot of gold in our reserves. And by so doing, we have improved status in terms of our economy. We are also, by also introducing the mineral market sectors, we're trying to curb illegal trading of minerals, and that will help us as a country in various aspects. So the offices will also be decentralized, so we'll have regional offices. For instance, maybe the Copper Belt office will only be responsible for Copper Belt and Northwestern, and then the Lusaka office will be responsible for Lusaka and part of Central. Then we might have another office in Northern Province, which will be responsible for Northern and maybe part of Wakula Province, and Southern Province, which will also be responsible for Southern and Western Province, and will be decentralized in terms of the functions that we have. All this is happening because the industry is growing. And as the industry grows, it becomes difficult for our office. For instance, Mine Safety Department is based in Kitwe, but we are responsible for all the mines in the country. And so when an accident happens in Southern Province, this same inspectorate based in Kitwe is expected to travel to Southern Province, attend to that accident, do the investigation, and still return. And at the time the inspectorate returns to base, there might be other things again requiring attention in Northwestern Province. So we have to dispatch inspectorates to Northwestern Province, and so that has, in a way, pushed us in a corner in terms of efficient service delivery. And so we have these initiatives that are coming on board to aid service delivery. And we've undertaken a number of reforms as well, policy-wise. Introduction of what we're calling the strategic minerals policy, then promoting the local content and value addition. Of course, the 3 million ton copper policy as well, strategy. And this is just to mention but a few. In our broader vision, we would want to have a Ministry of Mines that is there for you, and that is able to also move with you from the developmental aspects of even operations, or where you are actually working. And as I conclude my presentation today, I would want to say the following: that as ROSHA, or as Zambia Occupational Health and Safety Association, I've spoken at different fora or different associations, as well as the baby that was formed, I think, last year, the Association of Mining Operators. They also have that association which was formed, and the formation of that association has seen to light bringing together the different heavy equipment operators and trying to benchmark amongst themselves in terms of practice. We've had a drive as well from the data in terms of looking at the institutions that will be offering this particular training. And we've had a lot of things to discuss with that association. And their approach was that they came to us as a regulator, and they said we have a number of equipment operators existing in the industry. We may not manage to start with the bill at present, but as an association, we are registered in the Registrar of Societies, and would want to start with a synergy of just being recognized by the department, for instance. As we practice, there we want to have our executive recognized, and even some of the initiatives that relate to our practice would want to be a part of that. And it became easy for us to simply recognize them. And of course, by virtue of practice, they fall under one of our units, which is the engineering unit that talks about the electrical, or takes care of electrical and mechanical practices. And we have been in touch with them through that way, so that as they grow, even at the time that they'll think about putting a bill together, gaining effect, within the mining industry, at least they would have reached somewhere, and their voice would have grown a little bit stronger through the hands of us as a regulator. I've used that example because Zambia Occupational Health and Safety Association, I believe, has moved from time to time and has had challenges with the bill. So I would want to extend, I think, a similar example to Director Minister of Labor, that it should start with the recognition. And as a regulator, once the association is recognized, it's the regulator's role now to sell out the information about the association. And even as we audit maybe those operations, we can be able to ask for membership of that particular practitioner in terms of developing these documents that we come across. And by so doing, I'm sure the development of the bill can run side by side with that. Of course, as MSD, our doors are also open. You're welcome as ZOSHA to engage us, and collectively as a department, we can arrive at a solution and start, the ideal processes of selling the name of ZOSHA and pushing it forward. Personally, I'm passionate about ZOSHA because most of my friends here are people that are in ZOSHA. I always joke about Mr. Staunga, that is my partner in rescue, because we always meet when there's an accident and we have to rescue people. And those are the forums we meet. So I'm happy that when we meet here, we discuss on so many issues, and together as we practice our safety industry, we can at least extend to greater heights than we have achieved before. So I would like to thank you, I think, for the opportunity that you gave to us as MSD, even to recognize us as a regulator that is part of the practice. Director sent a message to you all. I know he's traveling out of the country now, but he did mention that in time past, we've had engagements with ZOSHA, and as we have had those engagements, it would be encouraging that we revamp what we had before, where ZOSHA would be seen to spearhead the meetings, for instance, of all the safety practitioners, we review accidents together. We had that in time past. And his message was, if we can revamp that particular component with the regulator, that would make us see to write a number of things that we achieve together as ZOSHA and mindset. So thank you very much for according us this opportunity to share with you what we are as a Ministry of Mines or Mine Safety Department, and also to be a contributor towards the development of the strides that ZOSHA is making. With these few remarks, thank you very much. I recognize the patron of ZOSHA who has just walked in now. So thank you very much. This is very
Another round of applause for the principals. The guest of honor, Mr. Patrick Kashinka, Association Patron, the honorary members, the president, all executive members, and all members present. At this point in time, allow me to share the minutes of the previous AGM stroke corrections. So what we've done, we have shared the minutes on our forum. So to those who haven't received, obviously you can check through the forum. And we've also distributed some on the tables. Start with corrections. Test page reads and edit. And move to page 2. Page 3.